We all need to know the truth about who we are. How merciful is God, it says, my Father, that when he created me, he gave me peace forever. It wasn't conditional peace. It wasn't peace if I'm a good person. It wasn't love if I'm a good person. It was he gave me peace, and he gave me love, and he gave me infinite care forever. Nothing I can do, as the Course says, can change eternal love. And parents know that. It doesn't really matter what your kids do. You'll always love them, no matter what they say or do. And you know what? It's funny, we think only from a parent to a child, but it's the same thing for a child to a parent. It is the same thing. So yes, it is. I know you like to hold up your eyebrow, but it is the truth. It is the truth. Why? Because we share the same truth. So it cannot be one way for one and unlike that for another. The truth is eternal. The truth is eternal. It says, how merciful is God that when he created me, he gave me that peace forever. Now I ask, but to be what I am. That's what this lesson is about. Finally, you claiming and being what you are. What are you? And can this be denied when it is forever true? What are you? You are peace. You were created in peace. You remain in peace. And you cannot change yourself. So now it says, I'm just going to be what I am. I'm going to finally decide to be who and what I am. And then you get this beautiful prayer in there. It says, Father, I seek the peace you gave me as mine in my creation. So again, we're reiterating the fact this is not something new. This was given to you. It's your creation. If you're not experiencing it, if we're not living this, then we're just not doing what is the truth about us. If we are not doing what is the truth about us, then we are living a lie. And if we're living a lie, then maybe we have to shake it off. Shake it off. Move on to the truth. It says, I seek the peace that you gave in my creation. What was given me then must be here now. For my creation was apart from time and still remains beyond all change. Think about that. So what this is saying is, this truth about you was beyond time. Time is the thing that's constantly moving on. Time is the thing that makes us look old. Time is the thing that makes us, move on and seem like things are hard to grasp yet again. Darren actually forwarded this to me. This is from the Huffington Post. But it was produced, was it, Darren, by AARP? Yeah, it was produced by, if you know AARP, you must be 50 or older. But I mean, we know that because that's the magazine for retired people. I was loving AARP way before I was 50. I thought I had great articles in AARP. There's great stuff in there. But they had a little segment on what young people, millennials, think is old. And they had, 10 or 12 millennials on there who were, 19 to 33 or something. And the 19-year-olds thought old was 40, of course. And the 33-year-old thought old was 55 or 50 or something. And the 20-somethings thought it was old if you were, maybe 60 would be just ancient. And so they said, well, now show me what an old person looks like when they walk across the street. And of course, they're all, can barely move anything. They can hardly move across. Then show me how an old person would text. And they're like, these strange looks on their face, all this stuff. And so then they introduced each of these people, or at least 5 or 6 of them, to a person that they thought, who was the age of that they thought was old. And of course, these people were not only could do the things that the young people could do, but they were teaching the young people things that the young people had trouble doing. And of course, clearly after that, they said, wow, it's real clear that old is probably 80 or 100. It certainly wasn't these people who were 55 and 65 and 75. They were like, oh my God, boy, am I wrong. Boy, am I wrong. And so we awaken to these things as we begin to face what it is that we think is our reality. Well, the same thing for us. What you begin to find is, boy, are you wrong. Boy, are you wrong. God's will for you is perfect happiness. God's will for you is for you to claim the fact that you were created in this peace, that you remain in this peace, and that you cannot change who you are. because peace is your reality. No matter what's happening to you, you cannot change the reality about yourself. My creation is apart from time and remains beyond all change. The peace in which your son, the peace in which we were created, which your son was born into your mind, Father, is shining there unchanged. The peace that we were born to within the mind of God is shining there unchanged. And that's a good line there, because what it's telling us is that has not changed. Now, have we distanced ourselves from the mind of God? Yeah. And what distances us from the mind of God? But our judgments, our perceptions, the past, all of that. But basically our judgments. It's judgments that we have that seem to condemn those and others and lock us away. It says, but your mind is shining there even unchanged, even with all that's going on. I am as you created me. I need but call on you to find the peace you gave, because it is your will that gave it to your son. God's will gave it to us. That can't be taken away. That's a gift that you cannot throw away as much as you might want to. You can't throw it away. You can't exchange it, and you can't get something else. That is your gift. And that is abiding within us, whether or not we nurture the awareness, it's still there. So what this is saying is, as you begin to nurture the awareness, you get the gift. You get the benefit of it. So it's time for us to say this. Now will I seek and find the peace of God. What's going on? That's what we did in the little meditation. What's going on in your life right now? Health challenge. We need to say to that experience, now would I seek and find the peace of God. What else is going on? Finances. Now would I seek and find the peace of God. How about tough relationships? Now would I seek and find the peace of God. And you may say it and you go, I didn't get anything. That's okay. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Because we've built up a lot of resistance to the help that God is offering us. So it may take some time because we have a lot of walls built up. But if we want that transformation, the transformation will occur, not because it's some magical thinking. To think that it cannot is magical thinking. To think that it can is thinking with the truth, because what did this say? You were created in peace, and in peace do you remain. You cannot change yourself. That's the truth. You cannot change the truth. It's only in your magical thinking that things could be otherwise. So that's what we need to command, declare, believe, until it becomes the truth for us. Now would I seek and find the peace of God. And the Course constantly tells us to have faith. And it also says this, your faith is not unfounded.